Welcome to Sister Shakedown.
Come shake it down with us.
Today we have a very special guest, Cooper Bruce, the actor. How about you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I'm Cooper Bruce, the actor. My Instagram handle, since I've had Instagram my entire life, I'm an actor in the Pittsburgh area. I do community theater, college theater, high school theater I've done. I do a lot more on the side, involve myself with employment and other stuff like that. But yes, I'm employed. Believe it or not, for all the stuff that I do, but I keep myself busy. We'll say that. Yeah.
It's good to be employed.
I'm not.
Yes, it is.
She's too young to be employed. So where are you employed since you brought it up?
Oh, great. I am employed at two places right now, currently, just this summer, though. I've been employed at Topgolf for 2 years, and I'm a guest services employee and a caddy, which basically just runs drinks to bays, kind of like how a caddy carries the golf clubs on the golf court. And I am also interning with the South Fayette Township Parks and Recreation team. So with that, lots of visual graphic design for like posters, flyers, things like that, presentation making, lots of days out to the park. Actually, today we did go out to the park and set up the new concession stand that is going to be active this summer. So it's fun, keeps me something to do and keeps me busy. So yeah.
That's really exciting.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, Cooper Bruce, why did you start doing theater?
Why did I start doing theater? My mom. Basically, I was too young to kind of remember what exactly the scenario was, but my mom was kind of just like, "Hey, you want to do a show?" And this was over at the South Park Theater and Children's Theater. And so I was like, "Sure, why not? Let's give it a go." I showed up, auditioned, got in the play there. The play was a knockoff version of Snow White. The name was Snow White and the Seven Fairy Godmothers. I probably have the script around here somewhere because we were able to keep the scripts. But I did Snow White and the Seven Fairy Godmothers, and I played the lead guy for my first show ever. And when my mom found out that I was the lead guy, she was like, "Is this a mistake? What? He's never done this before. How can he be trusted to do this?" And since then, I've just been on and off with the parts, and I've gotten to play, and it's I just fell in love with the environment and just the ability to take a bunch of words on a piece of paper and make it a story and bring it to life. And I just always loved doing that.
Same. It's very relatable.
I agree.
Yes.
Snow White did really bad.
Did you see the Snow White movie?
Yeah.
Nope.
Neither did we.
I think it's sad because I wanted to watch the live action Tangled.
Yeah, they canceled the live action Tangled filming because Snow White did so bad.
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, how do you balance jobs with school and theater?
Yes. it's this summer I took a break from doing community theater. I know actually the directors wanted me to send in auditions because I didn't show up to the audition. I never ended up getting around to doing that because I was so busy, but I took a break this summer, but mostly for community theater, they make it so that if you have a 9 to 5, then you can come into rehearsal at 7:30. Rehearsal starts at 7:30 and goes till 9:30, or it starts at 7 and goes till 9:30. So it really, in the community theater world, they make it manageable, but sometimes you might want a break. And like I've been back to back to back for this entire year so far, and it's sometimes sometimes gets overwhelming. So I'm glad I'm taking my nights off this year or this summer, so I can have that free time to myself. And but my latest excursion with my nights off is playing Lego video games on my Xbox, which I just love. It's so stupid, but I love. It brings me back to the good old days on my Xbox 360, just playing Lego Batman or whatever.
The good old days.
What's your opinions on Fortnite?
What was that?
Opinions on Fortnite?
I've been playing on and off since 2018, and I'm still really, really bad.
At least
say that.
You're admitting it. You know, you're admitting that you're not good.
Oh.
Yeah. I've never been good at PvP. Being a theater person, I love a good story.
Mm-hmm.
And I stick to the story mode games with like the Lego games that have a solid storyline that you follow. And Assassin's Creed is up there as one of my favorites, and the Batman games in general. So
Batman games.
Mm-hmm. Batman Arkham.
Oh, all right. Okay. So how do you deal with the stressful audition process whenever you're auditioning for plays and musicals?
Confidence. It's always come naturally to me, but if I were to break it down, I kind of go in there thinking highly of myself. As selfish as that may sound, if you have good confidence and you feel comfortable with the material, and I will say I do get anxious, I do get nervous, I just don't show it. And that's the best part of being an actor, is that when you can learn to act your feelings away, then you can come in with confidence and you can steal that spotlight and give, like, I've had one of my favorite directors that I've worked with said that my audition is what really stuck out to him. And as an actor and a performer, he said that coming into that audition the way that I did really impressed him, and why he started casting me in his shows.
That's good.
What's your favorite vocal warm-up?
Favorite vocal warm-up? At the Old Schoolhouse Players, we will do vocal warm-ups up in the dressing rooms, and now we do Mommy Made Me Mash My M&Ms, but we change Mommy to all of the names in the cast. So Tommy made me mash my M&Ms, and Jenna made me mash my M&Ms, and Jamisyn made me mash my M&Ms. And it's really stupid.
Cooper made me mash my M&Ms.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. You know what my favorite one is?
What?
Splitting her ears. Ooh. She hates it.
You gotta love a good vocal siren.
I really gets you going.
All together now. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. What theater projects have you done?
I got a list of 30 of them. You want to hear them all?
If you can, try and be like this super fast. I'm gonna time it. I'm gonna time.
Ask me another question. I'm gonna pull it up. Okay.
Oh, okay. Who is your biggest inspiration in theater?
Biggest inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jeremy Jordan, maybe. It's pretty basic, but
everybody loves Jeremy Jordan, is what we've learned throughout this podcast.
Yeah. Yep. You're missing out.
Everyone has had a childhood crush on Jeremy Jordan, who's like a musical theater girl, just because of Newsies in general.
Oh, so you're
yes.
When I was little, yeah.
I'm sorry, Camden.
Camden knows.
You want to know what my celebrity crush is?
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
She loves Brad Pitt.
We have the same birthday. The exact same birthday.
It's destiny.
That's cool. That's cool.
Are you ready? I have a timer.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready, set, go!
Cedric Voldy in Puffs, Jeff and I Love You Because, Carl Stossel in The Christmas Schooner, Sammy in The Wedding Singer, Robertson A. and A Chimney Sweep in Mary Poppins, Beast in Beauty and the Beast. I was a director, Casper, Ghost of Christmas Future in The Little Town of Christmas, Wickersham Brother in Seussical, Everett Baker in Crazy for You, Combeferre in The Assistant Stage Manager in Les Mis, Gleep in My Friend Gleep, Romeo in Newsies, Chef Louie in The Little Mermaid, Pete in Almost Maine, Travis in Footloose, Coeur d'Alene in Oklahoma, Zazu in The Lion King Jr., Stage Crew and Shakespeare Jester in Leading Ladies, Ensemble in Beauty and the Beast. I did it 3 times, actually. The 3rd time's not on here. Franz Kleinman in Rock of Ages, young Carl Stossel in The Christmas Schooner. I played him twice, young and old. Three Little Pig in Shrek the Musical, and Charlie Bucket in Willy Wonka, just to name a few. That's not all of them.
That was a whole minute and 1 second for you just listing your resume for everyone. That's a lot. So since you have a whole minute worth of credits, which one's been your favorite one?
I probably got to go with Beast. I brought this out just to show you guys. I had a poster made for, we just recently in high school got I think it was my junior year, we got a new media teacher. And my senior year, he felt more comfortable with the position and, he put together a lot of promotion for the show. And he printed out posters, one with Belle on it and one with Beast on it, and hung them up in frames in front of the theater, which was really cool when people were coming in to see the show. I don't know if they did or not, but I'm certain some friends probably took their picture in front of me. So it was cool to see my face up on the poster, but that role itself it proved to me as an actor that I'm capable of a lot more than just the comedic relief. And with the charisma that I had before the audition process, everyone was like, oh, you're going to be Lumiere. And to be fair, I'd do Beauty and the Beast again and play Lumiere. I'd love to. Because with the Beast, I didn't get much dancing, unfortunately. But everyone told me I was going to be Lumiere with the charisma that I had. And I went into that audition solid-faced, and I changed my voice. I killed that song, and I earned the role. And just the production process, the 3 months that we took to put the show together, in itself, I learned how to conduct myself not as a person, but as a beast. And I would walk a certain way, and I grew my facial hair out for 3 months. And I would, in this costume you saw, it was very bulky and heavy, and I wore these like football pads underneath. So it was like this challenging, trying to deal with drinking so much water, so I wasn't I wasn't too hot, and just having to learn to adapt with such a different role than I've played in the past, and learning all of this new kind of environment in a sense. It was challenging, but it was really fun, and I absolutely loved it.
It's always better whenever you earn a part and then like you adapt and you just become that part. It's such a rewarding process.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
She does not know, but she feels it deep in her soul.
Totally. What would you say like the biggest differences are between high school theater, community theater, and the theater at Robert Morris?
Community theater it depends on the theater, and it depends on the production, which whoever's doing it, what the show is. But I loved community theater because it was not just kids. You're making, when I tell people that I have a friend who just had a baby, it's really, they're like, what do you mean? How old are they? And they ask you all these questions, but like, he's in his 30s and he played my dad in a show once, and he actually missed Beauty and the Beast because his baby was born on that day. And it was, you make these connections with adults in community theater that you wouldn't expect to have in a high school or college setting. In high school, it's a lot. It's all of your friends that you've grown up with, and whether they're talented or not, you love to be in the show because you just feel comfortable performing alongside them. And the one big thing from going from high school to college was trying to keep up with the talent and understanding that in college people are coming from all over and they're not just in one certain place. So you have all of this talent. I'm not saying that people at my high school weren't talented, but like there was in college a lot more talent that was recognizable, and people's voices have matured already, so they're more comfortable in singing certain songs. So it's like a big shock when it comes to talent from high school to college. And then with community theater, you're working with people of various talents with various ages, from kindergarten to senior living home. So it's a lot of variety in a sense.
So how did you pick your college? Like, what made you choose the college that you are at?
I think it was because I didn't want to pursue theater as a major. It's very difficult and you're not guaranteed a job. And I didn't want to put that. What?
There was a risk of you not being employed.
Yes. Can't do that. So I wanted to study something that I'm studying management, and I wanted to study something that wouldn't seem too hard, that fit my kind of idea of a workplace. I can't sit at a desk and I can't just sit there for 8 hours a day. I have to be up and moving. I have to be managing something and controlling something in a sense, and having that freedom, working for myself even. But I wanted to pursue something that I was guaranteed a job while also still being able to do theater. And that's where RMU came to play, because RMU had an excellent theater program as it is. And when I showed up there on my accepted students day, excuse me, the chief experience officer had all of the current students go out and grab students for a wow factor. And actually, one of my brothers in the fraternity that I'm in, Cade, he brought me down. I didn't know him at the time, but now we're close. He brought me down from the stands. The chief experience officer asked me my wow factor, and I said, I just played the Beast. That was the big thing at the time for me. I was so obsessed with that. And I told everyone that I played the Beast, and he was like, would you like to give us a little taste? So I did. He handed me the microphone, and I started singing the first 30 seconds of the song, and the crowd went wild. And he came up to me right after that, and he was like, you should really join RMU Theater. And I haven't made my acceptance at that point, but I considered it throughout, and I met with the director of theater, and he knew me. He ended up knowing me, having some mutuals through that. And just my final decision was based around the people there and how higher ups in the student experience can be very friendly and be like your friend, and you can text him and he'll respond. And that's what really stuck out to me, just the people that are there.
I remember for Accepted Students Day this year, as a tour guide, I'm the one that goes out and grabs the students. And I remember hearing the story about you. I went everywhere looking for someone that's like, oh, I can sing, because I wanted someone else to sing. Or I was also looking for if someone could do a backflip. Couldn't find one of those either. Somebody else found them. I found a girl that could list all the digits of pi. Not all of them, but like the first like 500 or something. And Chief Experience Officer made her list like the first like however many. And again, the whole crowd went wild again, because how do you know all those numbers of pi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Knowing all of the digits of pi would be crazy. You'd be going on forever.
Yeah.
I thought it was just 3.14.
3.14459. This is pi.
This is pi followed by 2653508 circumference over diameter.
That's as far as I know. I don't know what comes.
Yeah. Pi is infinite.
Pi never ends. Pi 3.14 is the rounded. You know when you round the number? Round up, round down.
Yeah.
Did you learn that in math class?
Yeah. I passed math with like a 92, so
Nice.
Congratulations, better than me.
What would you say is like the best advice you could give for someone that wants to do theater?
I would say continue doing it in whatever way you can. Don't lose motivation. If you feel like you're not good enough, don't feel like that, because there's always room for improvement. Whether you're tone deaf or not, you can learn to act. If you're tone deaf, you can learn to act, and you don't have to be those singing characters. And if you just aren't confident with your singing ability, you can find someone who is and can teach you and help you grow. And just don't lose motivation so soon. Seek that assistance that you want, that you need, and that in the long term, it might not be what you want now, but in the future, 3-4 years from now, you're going to be in a position that you wanted to be in at this time. So never lose that motivation. I never lost it. I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. And I just keep improving and pointing out my own personal flaws and what I can do to do better, how I can manipulate my voice to do this, and how I can learn to do that. So there's always room for improvement. No matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are, you can always improve and get better. You just have to find that motivation.
That's really good advice. So since I know you in the real world, I feel like I wouldn't be doing my job as a podcast host if I didn't ask you about this. Share your experience from your time as a mascot.
Ah, yes. I have a poster around here somewhere. Yeah. Let me grab it.
Okay.
Yes, there it is. So, at my high school, we were the South Fayette Lions.
Oh.
And this was my senior banner. They hung this up during the football games and during the basketball games for the season.
The face of it was scary.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. The old one was cuter. Mascotting was fun. Initially I wanted the position because the current mascot at the time was getting a lot of hate from the community because they weren't doing anything. They were sitting there with the head off. They just weren't mascotting as a mascot would do. And it was scary and it was non-engaging. And I was like, hey, I think I could do that. So my mom convinced me to send an email to the principal and the athletics director, and I reached out, and they were like, sure, we'll hold auditions. I showed up to the audition. There were 3 people there. There was me, the old mascot, and then another student. And I showed up. I auditioned. I learned the fight song cheer and learned the dance for that and learned a few other cheers. And a few weeks later, I got the email saying, hey, we want you to be the mascot. Can you come to these cheer practices? So I got to work alongside with the cheerleaders in learning stunts and how to cheer, spirit, energy, all that kind of stuff. But in my process, I had to take a 4-hour online Zoom class through Varsity Spirit about how to mascot. And it was a lot. I know. It was a lot of information, like from the very basics to like if you're in a meet and greet environment, never hold a baby because then you're liable if you drop the child. Always get down on their level if there's a toddler or someone who's shorter than you. Get down on their level, interact with them, energy all the time. This, that, they would break down in 4 hours. We would do some activities. The South Fayette Lion has a signature. They had us come up with a signature for our character. So I wrote a signature, which is actually kind of like a little cursive L, which if I have something, I have something around here. I'll do it for you. It's like a cursive L with lion whiskers. It was really cute when they did it. They were like, no one's ever thought of that before. But it was like that. And that was the signature that I came up with. But believe it or not, there was a lot of work to go into the position when I was first starting out. It kind of came to me as I did it in the field, on the field. Best part about it was front row seats to all the home and away football games. I would be up there and mascotting. I came up with my own signature poses, and it was a lot of fun to be in the spotlight, but not exactly, because you're playing a different character, but you're also playing that character. So that I'd have a lot of great memories from just hanging out on the cheer bus to the away games. There'd be instances with other mascots where we would interact, and it was really cool and really fun. And even in college, every now and then, the current mascot asks me to do it when he can't. So, because he knows I have that background. And we're a D1 school, so sometimes
D1 mascot.
Yes, I'm D1 mascot. Haven't gotten paid for it yet, but we'll get there.
They haven't paid you, at least for that one day that I know that both of you were needed.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, you didn't need to hit me.
I didn't hit you. I poked you. It's your turn.
What's your favorite musical?
Favorite musical that I've been in or that I know of?
Musical that you've like watched.
I've always been a fan of Hamilton. It's pretty basic. I've always been a fan of Hamilton.
Who isn't Hamilton?
I know. Jamisyn, yes.
Jamisyn does not like when I sing Hamilton in the shower.
No.
You're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
Missing out. That's what's going on. I've always been a fan of Hamilton. I most recently saw, in last August, I saw Great Gatsby.
Yes.
And Water for Elephants. I went with my mom to New York for a weekend, and I met Grant Gustin from The Flash. He was The Flash. That was so cool. I held up a jersey that said Barry Allen on it. Got a picture with him. I met Jeremy Jordan, got his autograph. Met Eva Noblezada, got her autograph. It was I loved Great Gatsby, and watching the movie and reading the book in high school was also like I could pick out some things that the show had, that the movie had, and the book had. So it was really cool. And then spoiler alert, when Gatsby dies, that was really cool because he rolls off into the pit and falls. I don't know how far, but he falls into the pit because the front of the stage is modeled as a pool. So it's really cool.
I saw Gatsby this September, like during the wedding. I went to New York. She was walking in New York Fashion Week, and me and my brother went to see Gatsby, and just seeing the show itself is really good. Like, it's coming to Pittsburgh this year, and so is Water for Elephants. But I think it's like a whole different level when you are watching a show where you like know the actors, because like you've looked up to them for so long. You've seen them in so many different shows. You've heard them on so many different soundtracks. Like, watching Jeremy Jordan live was like life changing.
Oh, I agree 150,000%.
I still love Great Gatsby. I'm still going to see it when it comes to Pittsburgh. I already have tickets. But seeing Jeremy Jordan, that's not going to be topped.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever thought about writing your own song?
You know what? Actually, I have. I went through a very depressive phase in my senior year of high school. Yeah. It didn't have words. It was entirely instrumental. I used an app on Google called Flat.io, and I used a lot of violins. I lost it. I can't find it anywhere. But it was this beautiful. What?
You're gonna have to recreate it.
I know. I forget how it goes now because I think it was on my school account and it got deactivated.
Oh.
So I got so upset when I lost it because it was this beautiful song that I wrote, and now I don't know. I can't do it again. I can't make something like that again because I'm not feeling the depression anymore. But recently, I've considered writing another song for someone I know, but I haven't gotten the time to get around to doing that yet, and she's gonna hate me for saying that, but
someone you know we're talking to a little bit later on today.
Yeah, are you gonna name drop?
Yeah.
Name drop.
Should I?
Just go.
The listeners need to know the dating lore of all of our podcasts.
Is this gonna be next week's podcast? Yeah. Guys, check out the podcast next week with Kaylee Brenner. She's the bestest thing in the entire world. So
I bet she's gonna appreciate that moment.
Yeah, I agree.
That's amazing. Okay. Yes, I hope that your song for Kaylee Brenner is beautiful.
It's work in progress, which means that it hasn't even been writing yet. But yes,
do a whole music video with her too.
A music video.
A music video.
I should.
You should do a music video.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice gift,
Yeah,
like film a whole music video for her.
Yeah.
Go famous.
Yeah.
Cooper Bruce, the music video.
Yeah.
Cooper Bruce, the singer.
Oh my gosh. What started that whole like Cooper Bruce and like you finish it? Was it just the Instagram and then everyone else started replacing it?
Yeah. It's been my Instagram handle since I've gotten Instagram. And I've had people say like, oh, you need to change your handle. But it's kind of become like a branding of myself. And I brand myself. I'll go to other high schools in the area for whatever reason. Like in high school, I did PMEA, and which is like, for people who don't know, a singing, a choir singing, not competition, but banquet.
Yeah.
Festival. Yeah. And
yeah, Cooper and I were at the same time, and we just didn't know each other.
Yeah. There would be students from all kinds of schools. You'd audition and you'd come in together and at one school and sing a bunch of choir songs. And it was really fun, really cool. I learned a lot, experienced a lot. But I would go to these schools, and people would be like, "Is that Cooper Bruce the actor?" And I'd be like, "Who? Me? This guy? Oh yeah, I'm the only guy with that name." And I'd just go up to them and talk to them and be like, "I don't know you, but you know me. Let's talk." I wouldn't say that because that's cringy, but
Oh my gosh.
but yeah, I've had instances where people know who I am, but I don't know who they are, and you kind of feel like a local celebrity in a sense. So
I think you are a local celebrity at this point. I feel like every single person that I've ever met in my entire life just somehow knows you, and you're just somehow connected to every person I've ever met.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
He's friends with the
What's her
Redfords.
name? That's what I was gonna say. Every time I get my hair done, you come up somehow.
Mhm.
Her hair dyed, and she's listening to Cooper Bruce, the actor.
I'll hear about it on Tuesday.
She's gonna get her hair done on Tuesday, and you're gonna come up in the conversation.
I think, what is it, Monday that it's Piper's grad party, and
Yeah, we were invited. We can't go because it's Memorial.
I can't go.
Yeah,
I can't go because I'll be in Disney.
All day.
that's why we can't go.
You're
We were
going to
invited
Disney?
too, but we had it's Memorial Day, so.
Memorial. Who was gonna go there?
Her dad got upset.
Oh, poor Mr. Reagan's dad. That's what I used to call him when I was a kid. Oh my gosh.
I call him Kev Dog.
Oh, that's a cool one. So if you had a theme song for your life, what would it be?
Are we gonna play the Cooper, Cooper, Cooper?
No, no.
If you
No.
have one, I don't know. We might have to start it. Do you have like a serious one though?
I think I said Space Oddity the last time that I was asked this one. Space Oddity by David Bowie. Really good song. I don't know how it relates to my life in any way whatsoever. It was just the first song that came up in my head. And it's a really fun song. I mean, guess being so far from home yet so close, it really hits hard. Yeah.
It hits hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is a good option.
Cooper, Cooper, Cooper. Cooper, 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 Cooper.
Look at his face.
Cooper.
He looks concerned. I don't think he likes your name.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
The person that created that's probably so rich.
Yeah, like he just filmed these videos like 10 years ago, and like just
Everyone
everyone
listens.
like looks at him, like it just
It
gives him
comes
more
up.
views. Like I guarantee you, he's still getting paid off of the Cooper song.
You just gave him a few more cents.
I really just did. You are right.
I think mine's the Hannah Montana theme song.
You get the limo out front. I love Hannah Montana. I have a blonde wig from when I did Alice in Wonderland, and every time I put it on, I just was like, I'm Hannah Montana. And you're watching Disney Channel.
Just like that.
That's how it's done.
What's been your favorite role that you've done?
We already asked that.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. It was the Beast.
Well, then what's been your least favorite role?
Least favorite role. Ooh.
That's a tough one.
I thought of most favorite, but least favorite. Oh. I'd have to say that it's not related to the show. It'd be a role that's related to the drama that took place during the show. Which Camden also said it. Believe it, there's drama in the theater world. Yes, there is. But there'd be instances where, like, I would think I'm close with some people, and
Wait, what is it?
What?
She asked what show we're talking about.
It was it was actually two shows because it was the same people in both shows. It was Footloose.
It's never the show.
And
it's the...
yes, it was Footloose and Les Mis, which are both great shows. I would love to do them again. But I played Travis in Footloose and I played Combeferre in Les Mis, but it was the people I always got left out. And I think it was partly myself. I was annoying. I still am annoying at times.
No.
And great lie. I do think of myself like, oh, I was worse. I was much worse in middle school, high school, but there was a time where I just got extremely depressed because I would be left out of all my friends hanging out with each other and seeing it on like Snapchat and
Relatable.
being like, I thought I was close with that person and that person and that person, and you just don't even know that they're hanging out without you, and it crushes you in a sense.
That's why you go homeschooled.
Yeah, that's valid.
She is homeschooled.
I think we've said this on every episode.
every episode we need to point out the fact she's homeschooled. Okay, well, they weren't very good friends then. That's the important thing to say.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So, what are your future goals with theater?
Do it on the side, probably. I feel like to make a living off of it is difficult in a sense, but also a lot of traveling. And I don't really, if I'm going to have a family one day, I don't want to be traveling back and forth just to see them and missing out on just the beauties of life. I'd want to do it professionally, but I also don't want to do it professionally because it does come with a lot more commitment. And
are you laughing?
She's laughing at my beauties of life statement.
It was really sweet, and she's over here laughing
No,
at you.
it was. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I get laughed at a lot, so for good and bad
It
reasons.
sounded like one of those like TikTok sounds that were like life is so beautiful, and then like you go to every slide and it's like the picture.
Short.
Yeah.
Smell the roses.
Life is
You only
short.
get
Let's
so
make
many
some
days
memories.
as a teenager.
Yeah. Yep. I just want to experience
Memories one day. It's like those really
yeah.
TikTok sounds, and it's like pictures of people like in high school and stuff.
Yeah. But I just want to experience.
Clip of you. They're gonna take the clip of your
And make a
motivation
TikTok
and it's gonna be
audio.
like, I
Oh
don't
my
want to miss out
gosh.
on the beauties of life.
Yes. It's
Those
gonna be a TikTok
milestones.
audio.
Yeah, they're gonna screenshot from the Sister Shakedown podcast.
Cooper Bruce the inspiration. Cooper Bruce the motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
What?
Are you gonna ask a question?
Have you ever gotten a pedicure?
What?
You know, I don't think so. I probably need one. Sorry.
Cody, where are my shoes?
Where are my shoes? Yeah. Did you bring that up because you saw Puffs?
No, I just asked everyone this question.
She has asked every single person this question, but that is funny because
But I did see Puffs.
she saw Puffs twice. She likes to put it in that it's been twice.
Yeah. For those watching that don't know, in Puffs, the character of Voldy, who is like a Voldemort knockoff, there's a line that is either scripted or improvised. And I did a mix of both. I took a little bit from the script and I improvised my own. And the line was talking about, where are my shoes? I've been here for 3 years and 3 years barefoot, and I might need a pedicure. Where are my shoes? Who let the dogs out? The dogs are barking. Just yapping about why my feet are out and the dogs are barking, and it made the audience laugh every time. So that's where I thought the pedicure line or the pedicure question came from.
We're gonna share this with everyone.
Where are my shoes? 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 Where are my shoes?
Okay.
My favorite is you, Jenna, because you go shoo
That was been exciting.
like a firework going through the air.
I don't know. I think I like ran out of breath. Like I meant to like just like say shoot. But I was running out of breath and I didn't want to like start coughing. So I was like shoot.
Shoo.
That's what ended up happening. It was the same thing with when I did the pre-show announcement. He told me to say puffs as many times as I could. And like at the end I was like puffs.
Puffs, 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 puffs.
I was quite literally suffocating doing that. Oh my goodness.
What?
What? I don't know. She's looking to see who liked her Instagram post, by the way. She's doing her content creating influencing over here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm almost at 9,000 followers.
She's almost at 9,000.
Wow.
You're one of the very few people
Yeah,
she follows back.
I actually only follow 300 people, so you're welcome.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. I have almost 1,300 followers.
Good job.
If you haven't already, go follow Cooper Bruce the actor on Instagram.
Oh
Nobody's gonna follow me because I self-plugged, but YOLO.
Right, you never know. We have a couple of people who just follow every single person that's on the podcast. Because every time we have somebody, Camden's like, "Oh, this person followed me. Okay, now this person follows me just because of the podcast." No.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite?
I think I've gotten a few of those.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite theater memory? Just like if you had to pick the number one memory you have in theater of all time.
I don't know. Probably I was doing Willy Wonka and I was playing Charlie Bucket and the Candyman. There's a scene in Willy Wonka where the Candyman hands a chocolate bar to Charlie, and then Charlie ends up finding a coin, and then he goes back and gets another chocolate bar, and that's where he gets the golden ticket. But the first chocolate bar he gave me was the one with the golden ticket. And I knew that, but he didn't. So in that moment, I had to come up on the spot and go, I kind of like those ones better. And the audience thought it was hilarious. My director came up to me after the show and she was like, good catch, great job. So I think it was that moment where I improvised on the spot, knowing that something was supposed to happen when it wasn't. And it came off funny and the crowd didn't know that it was improvised and it was a mistake. So just having those smooth transitions is fun and you feel good.
Do you have any other like theater mishap stories where something went wrong or you missed a cue or something?
Yeah, so it was either the last or second to last show of Beauty and the Beast. I had this really fast quick change during Act 2. There's a song, Human Again. During Human Again, I would run off stage. I probably had 30 seconds to maybe a minute to change my pants, my shirt, and get this like golden royal blue outfit on. And immediately after that would be the dance, the dance at the ball. And it was the second to last show or the last show. I can't exactly remember, but my belt wouldn't go on. And keep in mind, because the suit was oversized, these pants were oversized. So the belt wouldn't go on. I had to ditch the belt. I did the entire dance. I I'm blanking on the name of it. But I did the entire dance. Let me demonstrate. You can't even really see, but like,
Oh,
my legs were like, it's hard to do with the chair, but I had my legs wide spread so the pants wouldn't fall down on stage during the show. And it was something that I had to adapt in the moment, doing the entire ball dance with my legs spread out so my pants wouldn't fall and humiliate me on stage. But I ended up doing it and somehow worked out and fixed everything by the end of the show. So it was just one of those, you're on a time crunch, you have to think of something quick enough to keep the show rolling. So
that's an intense one. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
One wrong move and that's pretty intense. I don't know.
Yeah, there was another. That wasn't the first time that my pants fell down on stage.
Oh, it's a common occurrence.
Yeah, in the last two shows at RMU, I've had pantsless scenes, but those were intentional. Beauty and the Beast, that wasn't intentional, obviously, but there was another one we did my sophomore year of high school, Little Mermaid, and there's the scene where Chef Louis he's trying to get Sebastian. There's this rampage, and Sebastian starts running away, and there's kind of like this dance, not a dance battle, but like the song's called The Rampage, I think. And Sebastian's running away this way, and Chef Louis chasing after him, and Sebastian's getting bonked in the face and stuff. But there's a part where Chef Louis comes over here, Sebastian's standing right behind him, and then he goes like this, and Sebastian comes between the other way, and then he looks out to the audience, and Sebastian pulls his pants down.
Oh.
During the actual show, I wore shorts on underneath, but during Tech Week, my buddy John, who's actually my little in the fraternity, he ended up pulling my pants down, my costume pants, pulling my shorts down, leaving my underwear out. And at the time, it was out of my comfort zone, but it was really funny in the moment. My choreographer was laughing so hard. She thought it was hilarious. But I wore, I think it was 4 layers, 2 pairs of underwear, a pair of shorts, and a pair of pants, just in case anything were to happen. So I always prepared ahead of time for things like that.
That's funny. Well, before we wrap things up, we're just going to ask you, what is next for Cooper Bruce the actor?
Cooper Bruce the actor will be auditioning for Grease this fall at Robert Morris University. We'll see how that goes. It's exciting. I'm excited. I know I've been thinking of audition songs to do already. We're already a few months.
Top 3 characters from Grease that you would want to be. What would your top 3 characters be?
Danny, Kaneki, and Ensemble, because I love to dance.
That is true.
So
that is true.
Cooper Bruce the dancer. So.
Cooper Bruce the dancer. Well, we were very thankful to have Cooper Bruce on the podcast. And do you have anything final you want to say to everyone?
Not really. Just check me out on Instagram. Keep posted with all of my shows. I have Cooper Bruce the actor and Cooper Bruce official. Official is where I post all of my theater information and things like that, posts like that. But
Cooper
yeah,
Bruce
check me out.
I saw Cooper
Yeah.
Bruce's fan page.
Somebody made that when I was in Les Mis, and I didn't know who it was for like the first like month that it was active. But I figured it out eventually. But they will stay hidden. No name drops today.
No name drops on Cooper Bruce, the fan page. But
No
maybe
name.
Cooper Bruce, the fan page, will watch the podcast. I saw they commented on the post.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure that they do.
All right. Well, we had a great time with you today, and thank you for shaking it down with us.
Woo!